morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told out of Voice of Radio. So today we've got wonderful, wonderful news about the prize packs. These Play Pokemon prize packs that have been coming out for a little while now. Seems like Series 3 is upon us. I need to give a massive shout out here to the lovely Savando, who sent me this image on Twitter showing the prize packs. And there's no mistaking here, and I have seen these other places as well at this stage. We've got Series 3 of the prize packs, and I wish I could sit here right now and say, well, it's alright, ladies and gentlemen, I've got the entire list and this, that, and the other. No, I don't, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have the entire list. What I do have, however, is some information, some cards, and some reasons why you should very, very much care about this. Good. Now, along with this, we have also gotten this picture, which shows some of the cards and a close-up of Manaphy. And let's start off with Manaphy here, because there are a couple important things that we can learn from this Manaphy. Chief among them, it's Cosmos Holo. This is not your ordinary everyday run-of-the-mill Scarlet and Violet Holo. This is not your ordinary everyday run-of-the-mill Sword and Shield Holo. This is something else entirely. This is Cosmos Holo, the kind that nowadays, and in the past it was used a lot more, but nowadays this is really only actually used for promos and things like this. This is very, very cool. So this is just the Manaphy from Brilliant Stars, but it's not just the Manaphy from Brilliant Stars. Also, it's got the amazing Hyganasuke artwork, so if anybody out there pulls this Manaphy and wants to arrange a trade, I'll be here, ladies and gentlemen. Hit me up on Twitter at @TheWassy. Because this is a kind of card, I collect Hyganasuke cards. And this is the kind of card you're going to want in your collection if, like me, you collect Hyganasuke cards. Because first of all, it's got the holo pattern, which I just mentioned. And second of all, we've got that Play Pokemon logo. This is absolutely worth having in addition to the regular. It is very, very cool. Although the Manaphy is probably going to be one of the more sought after ones, given that it's got that amazing ability that protects your bench Pokemon. So it's going to be one that an awful lot of people are going to be after. But it's still extremely cool. But as well as the fact that Manaphy's got the Cosmos Holo, the other thing we can see from here is that Brilliant Stars is in this set. It is confirmed that Brilliant Stars is in Series 3, and this is actually extremely relevant. Now, at this stage, I need to give a massive shout out to the lovely Playscape Games, the lovely Stephen Kent, one of our good friends on here, because Stephen's done excellent work with Prize Pack Series 1 and 2, figuring out which cards are in there. And we can see that Series 1 had Sword and Shield base to Evolving Skies, Sword and Shield 1 to Sword and Shield 7. And then Series 2 had Battle Styles to Brilliant Stars, Sword and Shield 5 to Sword and Shield 9. Now, you will notice here there is a little bit of overlap. That's fine. But aside from the overlap, we are moving forward here. We are actually going forward through the sets, and that seems to be the case here. So whereas the previous one, that is to say Series 2, started in Battle Styles and went through to Brilliant Stars, this seems to be at least starting in Brilliant Stars. Could go slightly earlier, give more of an overlap like we had between sets 1 and 2. That is a potential here. But if nothing else, we're starting in Brilliant Stars. That is pretty gosh darned important. And, you've got stuff like this, which we absolutely love. And it seems like it is at least going forward to Scarlet and Violet base. And we know that because in this second image here, we've got ourselves Competitive Band, which is from Scarlet and Violet base. Now, the assumption we're making at the moment, and it is an assumption, and it absolutely could change here, is that we're going from Brilliant Stars to Scarlet and Violet base. It's Defiance Band, not Competitive Band. I'm thinking of the Japanese translation we had before the card was released in English. Defiance Band is the official English name of this card. So, if nothing else, we've got Brilliant Stars to Scarlet and Violet base, But like I've said, there is a possibility that it actually starts a bit earlier, and it could even go up to Paldea Evolved, which would seem a little bit too recent here, but it is a possibility that could be happening. So we got a wide range of stuff that could be in here and could be very, very cool. Now, in terms of the other cards we've got here, they're a bit of a mixed bag. Obviously, Collapse Stadium is an incredibly cool card. Sees a bunch of play, puts both players down to a maximum bench size of 4. That's a very cool card that does see a bunch of play. That is also, I should mention, from Brilliant Stars. It's a cool card. But then we got other stuff which I think is fair to say a bit less exciting. So we got Regirock here, and look, Regirock is okay. I'm a big fan of Regirock. I've played many Regirock in decks in the past, and in decks I've done very, very well with. Not this Regirock, ladies and gentlemen. Now, to be fair, this is a Regirock from Astral Radiance, the one that sees play in that Regi deck. But also, to be fair, that Regi deck has not exactly been particularly relevant for a little while. I don't think that's an unfair statement. Regirock is cool. Love me some Regirock. This is the good Regirock from that deck. But that is not a particularly relevant deck right now. Sorry about that. The other one we see here is Damage Pump, which is actually a really genuinely, legitimately relevant card in Hisuian Zoroark decks, because you move 2 damage counters from one of your Pokemon to another in any way that you like. But also, that's never really been a top tier deck. It's been a bit of a fringe deck, and it really is not making waves in the format at the moment. So, still a cool card, not necessarily huge. But then again, you'll notice that all of the cards here, and this is a bit of a theme we've seen in these prize packs so far, they are all at least potentially relevant. Not sitting here arguing they're all powerhouse cards, but Manaphy is a powerhouse card that's seen a huge amount of play, and Defiance Band has seen some play, and Regirock was part of that Regi deck that used to at least be amazing, and Damage Pump has been pretty good as well. So actually, yeah, these are all at least relevant cards. They tend to be tournament staples a lot of the time, or at least very cool cards. And, you know, there are over 200 in Series 1 and in Series 2. We can expect there's probably going to be over 200 again. And there's going to be some very cool cards. And look, we can go back to the front of the pack here for a moment. And they've confirmed 3 other cards that are going to be in there. Okay, they haven't confirmed it, but they have as good as confirmed it. Arceus V-Star. I mean, it could be the V, but it's blatantly going to be the V-Star. Arceus V-Star is on the front of this pack. I would be amazed at this point if we did not see Arceus V-Star coming through in the set. And Arceus V-Star is a phenomenal card, which has been great since the moment it came out and still is top-cutting tournaments at a very fast rate nowadays. You know, Trinity Nova does 200 damage and lets you attach free basic energy to your Pokemon V in any way you like from your deck. And that's not even the best thing about the card. The best thing about the card is Starbirth, that lets you search for any 2 cards and put them in your hand, which is clearly phenomenal. We've then, you know, the other 2 cards shown off there. It kind of has to be Palkia V-Star. And yeah, Palkia V-Star is not as good as it has been in the past, but it's still a phenomenal card. 2 energy, 60 plus 20 more for each bench Pokemon, yours and your opponent's, and an ability that attaches free water energy from your discard party or water Pokemon in any way you like. This is a cool, relevant card. And Dialga's never been quite on the same level, but it's always been an interesting card that's been kind of hanging around. And, you know, it's got a V-Star power that does 220 damage and takes an extra turn. Clearly a really interesting card. And just from the few cards we've had confirmed at this stage, and the V-Stars I've just mentioned aren't confirmed, but come on, there's a reason they're on the front of the pack. No, it's not technically confirmed, but as far as I'm concerned, it's as good as. And this is awesome. All these cards we've got here are clearly very, very cool. But this is the part where I give you a little bit of a warning. Because frankly, these packs are not out there in abundance. They are given out at your local game store when you go and take part and join in. Alright? And I think Charizard V Max kind of shows you where we are here. Now, look, this is very, very, very clearly an anomaly, I grant you. But in the past 6 months, it's gone from a $190 card to a $425 card, according to TCG Player, except the last 3 sols are all over the place, 600, 250, 700. Yes, the cards here, which are the most popular, are going to absolutely balloon in price. And look, Charizard is an exception, I grant you, but there are a bunch of other cards here. Now, not all of them, and like I say, Charizard is a little bit of an exception, but we still got things like Pikachu VMAX and Umbreon VMAX that are both hovering around the $120 mark. You have been warned. Some of these, especially the highly sought after V-Stars and V-Maxes, although if it's Brilliant Stars on, it's going to be V-Stars and EXs presumably, because we know Scarlet and Violet's in there. These are going to end up being a bit silly. Charizard is an exception and an anomaly. Few of them are going to get up that high, and honestly, most of them are going to be fine. Like, TCG Player again, Flareon, $30, Leafeon, $30, Sylveon, $30. It really is only the top tier that are going to get silly, but you need to be warned that some of them will get a little bit silly. Right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you need to know, and now it's over to you guys. Does your local game store tend to get these prize packs? Are you going to go and play at your league to get some of these? Which cards are you hoping make an appearance? Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and card games and Pokemon card games, all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join the Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shout-outs on the channel like the lovely SWTV, who's been a supporter of ours for a while now and is a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.